logo at the top of the page. It's great to start off an organization with a logo. It really brands yourself. So we actually are going to start launching this program by attending a few of the farmers markets in Tate. And that's just a way to get started.
That's pretty much it. Thank you very much. We actually came here just like looking for your support if you guys wanted to donate maybe or help us out in any way that you have an expertise in. Thank you very much.
Madam Chair, I want to applaud you too, because I've been involved with the Kennedy High School band for years, and just all I hear nowadays is kids these days, oh, we're in trouble. No, we're not. They're good kids. Thank you.
Thank you.
Madam Chair, Laurel and John are actually election workers for me too, so they are very involved in the community. Actually, my oldest daughter, Caitlin, was John's lead crew leader, so I've known John for a few years, and they are very involved in the community, and they did come see me about this program, and I did suggest that they put a program together and come visit with council tonight, because I believe this is a wonderful idea. A lot of students don't really meet that educational criteria to get the scholarships, and this would help those that aren't really 100% involved in a lot of things because maybe they don't have time. Maybe they have to have an after-school job and they just can't commit to groups and clubs. And so I think this is a wonderful idea, and I applaud you as well.
Thank you.
Thank you. And just one last thing. On the sponsorship letter, it's not the one with the logo, it's the other one. There are 2 numbers and an email in case any of you want to get in contact with us. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Is there, yes, sir, please come forward.
Good afternoon, City Council. My name is Dave Grassi. This is my mother, Catherine Grassi, my brother, Kenny, my brother, Vince, and our friend, Steve. And we have a very serious matter here, and what it is my mom and dad bought the house on 22116 Wick back in 1959, September. And they paid the house off in the early 70s, and in the late 70s, they bought the property behind it. And my dad passed away 5 years ago, in 2010, and he used to take care of that, pay the taxes on the house and everything. But we're busy, we work, we have our families and that, other than that, and we see our mom all the time, but the taxes on the house was not paid. We didn't realize that it had gone 4 years not paid, and we asked my mom about it. She said she thought they'd be paid automatically, and we started looking a little deeper into it. She had a stack of mail and stuff, so she wasn't going through her mail. She had a few medical problems, this and that, but anyways, looking for your consideration for a little bit of help here. It went to Wayne County, and my brother, Kenny, right, must stand up here and help me with this. He went to Wayne County, and they told him that he couldn't pay taxes on it until August 4th. We went down there Monday, and then they said, City of Taylor has this. We come down here to Taylor, and they're saying it's already been sold to some sort of, some sort of housing transition realty.
The question is, if they're going to do this, why don't they contact us? They just went and sold it to them for the back taxes. Why did they contact us? We want the house.
I mean, that's my mom's house for 50-some odd years.
5 years.
5 years.
Why did they sell the house like that and make us believe that on the 3rd, if I go down to Wayne County, I can pay the tax? And then they kick us out. They say, no, you got to go back to Taylor. Taylor's got it. What's that all?
Came back to Taylor, and they're saying we can't pay the tax for you, that it's already sold off.
Madam Chair, it's difficult for us, as with the other gentleman, to speak on behalf of the county. My understanding is that there were a number of notices, notices of back due taxes, notices of foreclosure. There's laws that stipulate and regulate what have to be done relative to foreclosure. So whether you got it, whether you didn't receive it, there wouldn't be any attempt to sell the property without proper notification, without giving homeowners an opportunity to make that situation right. It went on for years. Unless I hear otherwise, I would believe that the county followed the law, made all the proper notifications, and at some point the property goes to foreclosure. And that issue is you know, it's difficult for me to speak on behalf of the county. I'm not defending them, I'm not explaining it for them, but I do know a little bit about real estate in terms of mortgages and financing and foreclosures, and I would be very, very, very confident to say that a number of notices would have been made, and if they weren't responded to accordingly, at some point that property will be foreclosed.
I totally understand all that. The only thing is, my mom's a little elderly, and, she has, a little bit of trouble,
Understand?
here and there, and we come over, and we didn't realize that was happening, as far as putting the mail away like that. And so when we started going through it, we seen it, and we realized it, and then we tried to correct the problem, but, I can't believe it'd be too late after she's owned this property all that time, lived there all those years. The house was paid off 30 some odd years ago. I just wish we could get a little consideration here and try to see if City Taylor can get that property back for us so we can pay the tax on it.
I'm sure.
Easily have the money for it to pay it, it's not a problem there.
Mr. Mayor?
Yeah, sure. Thank you. I want to go back to this program. As Councilman Missouri indicated, these homes were going into foreclosure. The city of Taylor simply executed their right of first refusal on a number of property IDs at a dollar value. We don't know who lives there, who doesn't live there. We put some parameters in place to encourage the people that were buying them to try to work with the current owners, whether they're owner occupied or rental occupied. Our goal was to eliminate continued blight from occurring. These people these hawks that sit at these auctions and buy them, and then they become landlords and they don't maintain them. We're dealing with over 2,000 of these citywide right now. It's an epidemic that we simply had to eliminate. This foreclosure, if the city didn't execute the right of first refusal, it would have gone on to another auction, and somebody else would have bought it. I'm not sure why Wayne County's instructing people to come back to the city of Taylor. I mean, yes, we executed our right of first refusal, but they're very well aware that there's a development agreement in place that these are being blocked together and sold to a private group that has an agreement to, and there are parameters to work with the current people to try to keep them in place. But there were a couple of people that approached us prior to the deal being finalized, and we pulled them out based on their ability to fund it. Because we can't spend taxpayer money to secure a private home and try to finance it. So I just want to walk you through that process so you understand we weren't sitting on the edge waiting for a particular house. These were simply, we were trying to do everything we could do to avoid future blight continuing in the city of Taylor. You heard all these property owners, the gentleman that spoke before you talked about his property value being worth less than half of what it was. Well, that has a big impact due to, these rentals that are showing up in the city of Taylor, the lack of maintenance, the lack of care in the property, and that's what we were trying to avoid.
My mother's house isn't like that. But when I came down here originally, they sent me to Wayne County. Why, when I have the money on hand, why can you not take the taxes and pay it so I can pay it? I'm here. I have the money. Why won't you accept it?
Prior to August
I
1st,
understand that. You have the property here.
prior to August 1st, you could have done that.
No.
We don't, now that there's a development agreement in place, in theory, we don't have the deed, but there's an agreement that this company will purchase it from the city of Taylor.
We came down the beginning of July here to pay the taxes.
Right.
They said, no, you can't pay it. It's at Wayne County. So we went to Wayne County, they said you have to go to Taylor. So we were going back and forth, but we came here first to pay the taxes. So if you had it, we had the money to pay it, and you said, no, we couldn't.
At that point, we did not, Wayne County, it was in Wayne County's hands.
You were able to give a sheet of paper that showed the back taxes and the amount, the fees and penalties. You had the paper because my sister got the paper. That's how we knew how much we needed. You had it. We tried to pay it, and we were refused. So when we found out, we came here. We were told no, but we had the paper from the city telling us what it was. Go to Wayne County. They tell us no, come here. So we're going back and forth. We wanted to pay it. We had the money, but you guys said no first.
Madam Chair, I don't know who you spoke to.
The city clerk,
Mayor?
where you pay the taxes?
Sir, the city treasurer would like.
I can clarify that for you guys. On March 1st of every year, though, Wayne County is, or each municipality is directed by the state of Michigan to roll over any unpaid real property taxes to the county in this case. And as of March 1st, we do a settlement during the month of March, which the city of Taylor does a settlement. We roll over those properties to Wayne County, any delinquent properties. And over a 3-year period, they become foreclosed from the Wayne County. So if you come in here on March 1st or after, we are not allowed by state law to collect any of those taxes. You have to pay at the county of Wayne. So whoever you may have talked to here at the city of Taylor, I don't believe it was me, but if you talk to any of my girls or any of the cashiers or the call center, they are not allowed to accept any funds. The city of Taylor cannot accept those funds after March 1st. And that's why you were directed to go to Wayne County.
Okay, so being that that's the situation, what can we do to rectify the situation? You know, we have to, I mean, that's my mom's house, I mean, she doesn't want to live anywhere else, she wants to, you know, live her last few years there. I mean, you know, I can't see the city of Taylor not doing something to help a resident that's been there all those years. She had the house paid off, when you go up, you take care of the lawn, there's nothing wrong with the house inside. I mean, you know, I'm just looking for some help here.
Madam Chair,
So I'm looking for it.
Councilman Johnson.
to the attorney, isn't there a law or provision that they, after it's sold at auction, that they have 6 months to redeem it? I thought I read something.
Madam Chair, that's under the tax foreclosure statute that,
Oh, it's under the tax
mortgages and like that, it's not under this one.
Can I come down and speak too, please? Because I've researched this over and over and over again. I'm a pretty intelligent guy, so I can speak intelligently on this. The problem is, when the city or the municipality exercises the right of first refusal, the homeowner no longer has the right to redeem the property. So in the case the city of Taylor could retract their right of first refusal on the property, not placing this elderly woman out of her home, then they could walk into Wayne County tomorrow with the check and the 2012 taxes, and she'd be fine. But since the city will not relinquish their right of first refusal on said property, the homeowner no longer has any rights.
Madam Chair, unfortunately, the problem is we already have an agreement with that company. So I think the part of the issue is you would have to reach out to the company that now is basically the owner of that property and see what they'd be willing to do. I mean, if I'm wrong, please,
We were hoping that city council there could do that for us.
well, basically all we can do is put you in contact with them, but it's basically up to them whether or not they want to sell that property back to you. I believe, I may be misspeaking, I'm not sure.
I have a question for the attorney. Is there a way that this council can do that? Can talk to the company and tell them that we want this one out of there?
Madam Chair, there is, in the development agreement, there is a rehabilitation plan provision that has to be approved by the city. I'm